Hi, I'm Kerry. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors. Been doing this YouTube channel since November of 2019. I'm a retired financial advisor, and I try to share with those people who are interested my knowledge of the stock market. I invest, as I say, as a long-term investor, but that doesn't mean I don't react to what I see happening in the market and then interpret that based on my past experience and then extrapolate what I think is going to happen as a result of the current events that we're facing. We just finished the recognition of the 20 years of 9/11. Did 9/11 change our society? Did it change our stock market? Did it change our economy? Certainly it did. And then on a more recent front, we just pulled out of Afghanistan, kind of to coordinate or in timing with the anniversary of the 9/11, which is what really put us in Afghanistan. And I think this is another event that we have to react to. So I'm here to tell you, liquidating, or not liquidating, but I'm raising cash. I'm selling assets, I'm selling stocks because I think the market is facing a period of decline after a substantial and continuing increase in the market. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this video. And I'm going to talk to you about it in many coming videos as to why I am moving to a safety position. 25% of my portfolio will be moved to cash within the next several days as I identify those stocks that I don't think I'm going to get exponential return between now and December the 31st. I think we're in for a period of fear, and I want to react to that. I want to be in a position after the first of the year, if not sooner, that after the pullback, I'm not going to call it a crash. I don't like that word. It's not an automobile accident. It's not an airplane flying out of the sky. It is a pullback because the market has recognized that the circumstances that we find ourselves in do not justify the prices that we're currently paying for stocks. Now, I want to tell you also the stocks that I'm selling to raise that $250,000 worth of cash, 25% of my portfolio that I share with you at my Discord, and explain to you why I'm doing it, because my objective in this YouTube channel is very clearly stated, and that is to help you make better financial decisions. And I think we're entering a period where you need to make a financial decision. Are you going to ride this market out, or are you going to go to a position of safety so that you can take advantage of what I think is going to happen? What you got to determine is what you think is going to happen, because that's what it is. I don't have a crystal ball. You'll see no crystal ball in here. I merely react to what I see happening and then interpret what is happening based on my past experience. I'm 77 years old. I've been in the stock market for a long time. I've seen a lot of things happen, and I think something's about to happen now. So we'll discuss why I'm going to 25% cash, and I'm not saying that's my limit. I could go even deeper than that. So let me explain to you again, I'm not your financial advisor, and let me put that in writing so you can read it. You're going to have to read fast so that I make it clear. I'm just here for education and entertainment. Be right back.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
I just read recently that there's $4 trillion of big money sitting on the sidelines. What does that mean? That means that the big money is saying, we're not comfortable with the market at this level. In fact, I think I read that there have been 54 new highs in the S&P 500 in the past year. And that's unprecedented. We hadn't seen anything near that since 1996. So that should be a red flag. Hey, This isn't normal. And as I have said when I was in as a financial advisor, if you see things that aren't normal, aren't realistic, like I remember the dot-com bubble when secretaries were cashing in their stock options and becoming millionaires in Silicon Valley. That's not normal. That's not the way it's supposed to happen. I saw it again I guess it was '09, when people were borrowing money with little or nothing down and buying houses and fixing them up and flipping them and turning them into rental property with mortgages that said they didn't have to pay anything but interest until for 5 years. That's not normal. So then the result was we had a crash. We had the subprime crisis. So I'm looking at it now and I'm saying $4 trillion sitting on cash. 54 new highs in the last 12 months on the S&P 500. That isn't normal. So something needs to change. I also recognized, and I did a video on this, and I haven't seen anybody else talk about it, and that is, why did we pull out of Afghanistan as we did, and why did the Afghani government just walk away? Well, I think you need to read the numbers. You need to understand that we pumped $2.3 trillion into Afghanistan over the last 20 years, and that's at a rate of roughly $115 billion a year coming into your country. And a lot of that went for the troops and feeding them and building helicopters and airplanes and things of that nature. But a lot of it went to the Afghani government and soldiers. And so when Joe said, I think Trump actually said, we're getting out in May and we're going to keep sending the money. So everything was all okay. But when Joe came in, he said, no, we're getting out the end of August and the money's going to stop. And that explains why the president of Afghanistan vacated and went to the United Arab Emirates and was welcomed with open arms because he brought a lot of money with him and his cabinet came with him. And so the army, the soldiers said, if we aren't getting paid, we aren't going to fight. And because Joe needs that money for something else. He needs that money for something else, and that is to rebuild our supply chain, because the federal government or the legislature, the Senate and Congress, is not too high on the two bills he's got in front of them that he wants another $3 trillion. And they're saying, how are you going to pay for that? Well, I think Joe just told us how he's going to pay for $115 billion of it a year. And if you multiply that times 10 years, you can see that's up in the trillions now. That's how he's going to pay for it. He turned the faucet off in Afghanistan. That's what just happened. That's going to create, that's going to put out, where's that money not going to go? It's not going to go to the Defense Department. It's not going to go to the 17,000 contractors, and those are companies who are supplying everything from ammunition to food to graft to fraud, and they're not getting it anymore. So that's going to collapse some businesses. That creates fear in the market. So I'm of the belief we're pulling out of Afghanistan to raise money for building up our infrastructure, for funding the war that we're fighting against viruses, to funding the cyber warfare. And that's going to create a lot of fear in the stock market, and I think the market's going to go down. So again, I'm raising cash. I want right now 25% of my portfolio in cash. Where am I going to get that cash? Well, my portfolio is divided into two parts. It's in my big six, and that's Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, and Tesla. Those are my big six. These are the big data companies that I think are going to take me into the future, that are going to be the inheritance that my children and grandchildren are going to receive, because I invested in the big six that are going to lead this country and this world into the medical revolution, the cybersecurity revolution, the 3D printing revolution. No, they aren't going to be, yes, they will, but I think they are the most susceptible, the six, in the next 3 months to this pullback that I see in the market. I'm going to leave my tech stocks alone, not my tech stocks, my biotech stocks alone. I'm going to leave my 3D printing stocks alone, and I'm going to leave my cybersecurity alone, because I believe if they are still, first of all, they're going to be the recipients of the benefit of the Afghanistan money flow, cash cow, I referred to it as that cutoff. That's where that money's going to go. That's going to go into our national security. What is our national security? We never have another virus. We never have another cybersecurity attack. We never have another broken supply chain. And that's why I'm hanging on to my biotech, my 3D printing, and my cybersecurity stocks. And in order to get cash, I'm taking it from the big six. I'm selling today, and if I have to, I'll go into tomorrow, trying to get my price. The market's cooperating at some point. I've sold already my Facebook, and it looks like I sold my Google and my Amazon, and so I have Tesla yet, and several others. But that's what I'm doing. And that's what my videos are going to be about now. I'm not going to try, I'm for at least through December, I think you need to have a secondary opinion. And that is that it's all not rosy, that we have been on a wonderful run. Do I still expect to make 40% on my portfolio this year? Yeah, I do. I think because I sold, let's see, Facebook, well, I just sold some Tesla too. And because I sold Google and I sold Amazon, I believe that I will have an opportunity to buy them back sometime in the next 3 months to get a bump up, because I think they're going to pull back. I think the market, the big market, is going to pull back somewhere between 10 and 20% between now, and it'll be short. It'll be comparable to what happened in, I believe it was, I did a video on it yesterday. You'll have to see. 77, you kind of forget things. So that's what I'm doing. You do what's right for you. If you want to keep up with my opinion, and that's all this is my opinion, because I'm not I'm not handing out financial advice. I'm sharing with you what I'm doing. Okay? If you'd like to discuss this, I just got off a phone call with my tribe, with my members. There's about, I guess, several thousand of them over there that come on a daily basis, and we discuss. I have a meeting, a Zoom meeting, every Monday before the market opens, and every Friday after the market closes, and then every second Thursday we have a long discussion of what I see happening in the future. That's my YouTube channel. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just here to help you see a different view of what's happening, interpretation of what's happening, and sharing my activity as a result of what I see happening. I'll talk to you again tomorrow about this.